What are these guys? They don't look happy. Power? Dude. What is with the wolves? Look at them.
Oh shit. What the hell?
Oh boy.
Light.
And welcome back to the Long Dark. We're still going through story mode here. Wait, I can open one of these? Something, maybe? Something to grab? Metal pail, oh. Alright. Anyway. We just fixed the rifle. We found a pair of bolt cutters. I don't know what that's gonna be useful for.
Oh, damn. Must have hit my head harder than I thought. Oh.
Well, that cutscene was a little bit whacked, eh? Wait, what?
How long was I out for? Lights.
Holy cow. Whoa. What are these guys? They don't look happy. Power? Dude. What is with the wolves? Look at them.
Oh shit. What the hell?
Oh boy.
Light.
I wonder if this still scares them? Their whines sound so off now. I know they added flashlights to the game. Do I need a flashlight? Or do I need a back way out of here? They sound so weird. What did the Aurora do to them? It's very beautiful. I'm stepping back inside for a quick second. I also feel fast as heck all of a sudden. That looks dangerous. Is there a radio in here? Is there a vehicle I can get in? There has to be. There's a vehicle outside, yes. I can probably make it to the vehicle before getting ambushed by wolves, right? Let's see. What do you think? Think I can make it in? Woo boy! Woohoo! Well, the radio does nothing. Look at these wolves, man. They are glowing. A flare?
Being useful.
I was hiding pretty darn well. is with them? They sound so weird. I don't know if this is the right decision, but we're leaving this place. I do not like this at all, one bit. No, Sam, I don't. Dude, what is this madness? It is incredible. I need to keep an eye on the road ahead though and not admire the beauty because we are probably going to lose ourselves here. It's lit up. Let's try the radio in this truck. Nothing. What is this madness? Sorry, I love taking screenshots. Again, I apologize, but this is incredible. Got a sharp gradient on some of them. I couldn't tell you why. Maybe I'm just too close to that actual band of it. Ooh, that one's pretty. I need to really pay attention to what's going on in front of me. Wind's picking up. I'm very hungry. I should have eaten first before leaving. The fact that there is a set of northern lights at like the event that's going on is actually enough to overload the power lines and cause electronics to flicker is incredible. I'm gonna go a little bit nerd on you guys here. If you don't know what causes northern lights, or southern lights if you're in Australia, is there's a part of our atmosphere called the magnetosphere, which is where the Earth's magnetic field is, I guess, at its strongest point or something. Anyway, well, if the sun has any kind of like spectacular solar activity, be it a solar flare or anything else really, it will the particles from it will be colliding with the atmosphere, and as they do, they create some pretty spectacular effects. Again, I don't know the full science on it, but what I'm guessing is, considering there wasn't any situation like this before our plane came down, is that the lights that caused our plane to come down, they were caused by what NASA would classify today right now as an X-class solar flare. For those of you who are interested in doing a little bit of history on the subject, we haven't, ooh, that's a drop, had an X-class, ooh, that light just turned on, solar flare in a long, long time. I think the last time we had a solar flare of that magnitude was before we were actually in space. Would have been back in the 1800s, during Abraham Lincoln's time, I think it was, when they had the telegraph lines up. And something occurred, they weren't certain what. History reports had, you know, expanded viewing of northern lights in places that were able to view them. But all the telegraph machines, well, not the machines themselves because they were just basically a connection point, but some of the wires and a lot of the connection equipment actually overloaded and burnt out, as in the circuitry in them fried. This was back in the 1800s, before we really knew much about the sun or the magnetosphere or anything like that. And so all that stuff had to be replaced. You know, there were telegraph users who got shocked at the time. It was a very scary kind of event there. And so it's been theorized to have been an X-class solar flare. And it's theorized if, you know, one were to happen today, that it would be meted with similar results, except for there's not just telegraph lines, we now have power lines. We don't just have power lines, we have cell phones, we have personal computers, whatever you're viewing this on. All those integrated circuit boards would fry themselves to a crisp with the overload. There was an event in Canada, was it back in the 80s? There was also one back recently in the mid-2000s, where the power went out for like 8 hours or so, due to a solar event. It just overloaded the grid. It didn't actually fry the circuitry, it just overloaded it, so they basically turned it off and turned it back on again. And it looks like we're going to be dealing with Aurora wolves here still too. Man, those guys look creepy as heck. Don't see any wolves, but that is not a guarantee. Also, we really need to eat. Wolves will attack me if I'm hungry. Also, Jeremiah doesn't need MRE, so we can eat that safely on our own. One bag of MRE, full load of calories. Plus, if we go to Alan's cave and steal the supply cache, we'll probably get another bag. So. This is just incredible. I haven't even seen a sign of Old Bear. He was warning me constantly about. Holy cow, that's bright. For something of that magnitude, for that bright, I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen solar events or anything like that in your guys' lives. Ever seen the Northern Lights or anything? It takes a blasted lot of solar activity, or else a very, very weak magnet field around the Earth for there to be this bright and this continuous and this widespread kind of northern lights we're seeing right here. I remember growing up, I was a really, really young child, maybe 18 months, about 2 years old. I can still remember it. Lived in the western mountain states, about midway if you were to cut a line halfway across the US. And I got woken up in the middle of the night. Oh, hi, pal. You did not stop for that? We're gonna scare you. Good thing I picked the pry bar there. I don't want him dead, I just want him gone. No, pal, don't you dare come back. I don't want you. You are scary looking. You don't look like any of the other animals. You look like you're actually getting energy off of this field, which is weird as heck. I will whack you in the face with my pry bar again if you come at me. Also, it looks like the Aurora is dying down to a fair degree.
Can't feel my feet.
Ew, we are cold. Now the Aurora is certainly dying down now. Anyway, I remember getting woken up in the middle of the night. And, you know, going upstairs and looking out the window and seeing red and blue, well, not really blue, red and teal lights in the sky. It was the Northern Lights. And so for the Northern Lights to have come that far south, you know, to reach that far south. Why is this wolf still eating? To have come that far south, it's incredible. And I thought this was going away, apparently not. For there to be that much solar activity to be able to pelt particles that far south to charge in the atmosphere, for that kind of effect, it's pretty incredible. Also, I am cold. Might need to get that looked at. Kind of opposed to starting a fire right now, but I would if I needed to. Also, Jeremiah seems to like pork and beans, and I had quite a few on me, so we're going to give him all our pork and beans for trust, so we can get different things unlocked for the story. Oof, that is bright. Look at that. Holy cow.
Never felt so cold in my life.
So for those, you know, who might be curious, would it be possible for the events of the Long Dark to actually occur in real life? And the answer is actually yes. I mean, maybe not the wolves part, you know, being all amped up by the storm, but certainly very much the fact of you know, all the electronics being laid to waste. That is certainly incredibly possible. It could happen. I don't think it's incredibly likely, and if it does, it wouldn't affect the entire Earth, unless it was a continual set or series of flares or events to be continually spew that much charged particles from the sun at us. You'd need, you know, typically solar flares go in one big burst and then it's just done. So for that to happen, to hit the whole Earth like that would need to be continually happening. One big burst, one big solar flare. You know, whichever side of the Earth was facing the sun by the time the particles reached it would be the side that just gets toasted. So say in US, Canada, you know, North America, the Americas was the side that was facing it when it hit. We'd be fried, and then Russia and China would be free to divvy up the free world amongst themselves, as we'd have zero technology to stop them with. Or else North Korea would just nuke us. Either way. Anyway, moving on from apocalyptic events and getting back to story mode, we've literally managed to walk from the trapper's cabin across a region into another region and almost all the way back in less than 24 hours. By the time we actually make it back to his cabin, it probably will have been 24 hours, or just about, because we did sleep for a while. But, now I've got to worry about wolves here. I don't know why that cutscene back there was so glitchy on me. Again, it could be my system. I really doubt it. It could be, or it could just be a glitch in the code caused that to happen. I don't know if the rest of you are experiencing that kind of stuff with story mode. I'm loving what they did here with the Aurora. It's really incredible. What are the odds of us getting hypothermia for once? I'm gonna wager they're pretty darn high. How many shots do I have left in this? 8? 9? 9 shots plus the one in it. 10. Ah, it feels fairly decent. I never saw the old bear either. I don't know if he's down around the trapper's homestead or what. Those weather crows or actual like deathbird crows? Time will tell. Man, so beautiful. I really don't even care if a wolf jumps me, man. This is incredible. Just kind of curious why some of the areas of it get so gradient-ish, or like sharp gradient instead of smooth gradient. Like that looks really smooth and it feels like we're pretty close to it. That looks smooth and it looks like we're close to it, but then I don't know if I can find a portion of it that'll do it again. There were portions of it when I'm sure you guys will see in the recording, you'll know what I'm talking about, where it just felt like really sharp, not smooth. Like right there, you can see it right now, you can see like the individual bands of it. It doesn't feel smooth like the rest of it does. You look at the rest of it and it feels like natural and stuff, and then that is just kind of sharp. I don't know if that's something that is designed that way or what. I couldn't say for certain. Could just be I've got a glitch of some kind. Don't know. Oh, is it going away? Yeah, I felt that before and it came back, but we need to get inside. We are freezing to death. Also have some pork and beans to give the guy. And his rifle. We're already we have to go to the lodge first before we can come back. Okay, fine. But I'm gonna sleep first. Because I'm cold. Also, where is my pork and beans? Where did I dump all the food? Did the food come over here? Do I have any pork and beans on me? No. Oh, wow. Did I dump it all or eat it all? Huh. Alright, well, let's sleep. Oh, wait. First, let us drink. Because we are thirsty. Is that a blizzard I just heard? No, just wind.
Any of this gear.
Don't worry about your gear. Your gear's fine. It's the wind that is our problem. So yeah, it's past midday. So if the sun sets in the west, maybe he just said the train tracks were to the south, so head south to the train tracks and then follow them, and not that the machine shed is to the south. Because if that's west, you know, we went through Forlorn Muskeg and curved around. North is that way. I'm curious as to what the Forest Talkers are. You know, how does that tie into the story? What are they? What are their motives? You know, we saw a brief mention of them at the Carter Hydro Dam. We see mention of it there at the machine shed. That there's some sort of group destined to protect Great Bear Island from the nasty, evil outsiders. Something like that. Something to that effect. Kind of curious as to what they're organized for, and that, I mean, I guess probably obviously nothing good. I just want to find Astrid. Although, I'm pretty stinking certain it ain't gonna be in episode 2, or even, which is this one, or episode 3. I really don't think it'll be there at all. Maybe in episode 4 we catch up to her, and in episode 5 is when we figure out what her hard case is for. Because I've been looking that halfway across the country here so far for what reason? We're gonna hit up the camp office here and get down to the bottom. And actually ask ourselves, who the heck are the Forest Talkers? Are they some eco nut jobs who view the environment as the embodiment of all that is pure and good in life, and that humans must totally rely on nature and never ever touch natural resources again for their benefit? Or are they just here to scare away mainlanders like me? Also, for a bush pilot, Will seems pretty darn untrained. I mean, he managed to get himself patched up, healed up, and start looking for Astrid, so I mean, he's got something going for him. But I feel like you're a bush pilot. If you're gonna be bush pilot in Canada, I feel like something beyond just basic survival. You'd have some more in-depth training. I also feel like you guys saw and remembered the clothes he was wearing when we crashed. None of that was very decent. Why, if you guys left in the middle of a snowstorm, did your plane have heat? I mean, it looked like a little Cessna 4-seater or 3-seater, something like that. Maybe 5-seater. Maybe not Cessna, maybe Piper. I mean, I don't know. It was just a little tiny plane. I doubt. Ooh, hey, whoopsies. I really doubt that it had. I really doubt that it had active heat in it. We're gonna run the gauntlet here. Whereas that wolf hasn't seen. No, get away. Black Mystere.
I think I can use this.
A lot of stuff down here. Interesting. Another useless sewing kit. I don't need any more matches. If it's got antiseptic, I'm not taking that. It's empty. Got a whetstone. That's nice. Due to unusually cold weather this year, we're shutting down Mystery Lake Provincial Park a little earlier. Make sure all the campers are packed up, ready to bug out by rail truck. Not a nice prospect. As per the usual procedure. Airproof containers. Sense the gates. Fire log. A laptop? Has that not been fried to a crisp? Salt crackers. Some wagon wheel. Odd. Sweet, we got a key to a cabin.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Why am I still searching for stuff? I need to stop. We don't need any more. Just burn this place to the ground, because why not? Got a cooler. Probably just got soda. Yep, don't need any of that. Looking for notes of some kind.
This'll come in handy.
Trail boots I don't want. Sports socks I don't want. Nothing in the crates. Coffee? No, herbal tea. I don't see any other notes lying around. Look for more info. Ooh, chest here.
That'll come in handy.
Gotta be more here. What am I missing? Gotta be missing something. At the old hunting lodge. Is this not the hunting lodge? If not, where would the hunting lodge be? Am I missing something in plain sight once again? Gotta be something here, right? Maybe not. This has to be the hunting lodge. Maybe there's something out the front door? Or around this area?
Getting kind of thirsty.
Outskirts. Old lodge. This has to be the old lodge. Maybe the info we are looking for is inside the lake cabins? This is worth a look. I really don't know what we're gonna find. I mean, that was the hunting lodge, I'm assuming. Unless there's something else they've added that I'm not aware of. Which is entirely possible. But we found the key to cabin number 2. So we are going to go check out. See if we can't find cabin number 2.
Could end up being useful.
No key. I didn't think so. Is there anything of value in this fishing hut here? Probably not, once again. Soda, I don't want. A couple of drawers. Nothing.
What have
Flare. Nothing. Did I hear something? Those deer literally just spawned in. Hinterland, please fix. Is this cabin number 2? One of these should be. Maybe one of these is considered the hunting lodge? I couldn't say. This is probably number 1. Ooh, it's not locked.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Nothing good there, nothing good here. Nothing. Nothing at all. Oh, medicine cabinet. Let's check that out in a second. Let's just grab some food of the thirst quencher kind. Nothing good. Alright, so nothing in here. Is there anything in here? Oh, this is cabin number 2. Maybe we find what we're after here. I'll never not get coffee.
This'll come in handy.
Holy cow. I'm gonna take that just to see it. It actually is better. Wow. Could go in the slot too. It's worse than the Mackinac jacket, but better than the ski jacket. Alright. Why was this place locked? There's gotta be something in here of value. besides the jacket. No? Odd. Ooh. No, just paper. Not a good one. Oh, pork and beans. Guy wanted some of that. Plastic container.
That'll come in handy.
Nope. Alright. Look for more info about the forest talkers at the old hunting lodge. So, I guess we need to go back. We obviously didn't search the place thoroughly. That has to be what they mean by the old hunting lodge. And what did the collectibles say about it again? Old lodge. Very odd. It's the only lodge I know of, though. It's just homes and cabins down here. I don't know what the forest talkers are gonna be. It's just very curious, indeed. But I can't continue with my main quest until I figure out what the heck was that noise. Until I figure out what's going on with them. I kind of do like the changes they made to the Mystery Lake region, in some regards. In others, it's kind of like, seems unnecessary. I think there's still a spot after railroad tracks you can get stuck in if you're not careful, but I haven't tested that out. So I wouldn't know. You guys don't want to just see me walking to and fro everywhere while missing the objective completely. Just go ahead and let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to trim these portions of the videos out to leave you guys with the exciting bits. So I'm not just aimlessly blabbering at you guys while walking, and you guys are sitting there for 10 minutes waiting for something exciting to come along for me to actually pick up the pace and figure out why I'm not finding any more information about the forest talkers, right? Something like that. This has to be the old lodge they're referring to, though. I didn't see signs of anything interesting here the first go round. So what about a second go round? No paper stuck to it. Nothing under the porch. Anything inside that I missed? Nothing in between the books? Odd, odd, odd indeed. Nothing behind this table, I'm guessing. Some sticky notes I can't read. Nothing hiding back there. Nothing hiding under here. Or there. Or here. Very odd. Is this not the old lodge? Is this something I could ask Jeremiah about? Or am I just plainly missing something hidden in plain sight? Very curious indeed. Maybe this isn't the lodge of which they refer. This is the camp office. I'm honestly curious if this isn't the hunting lodge. Maybe, if I recall correctly, it's that old cabin. Out on the way to the old lookout towards Clearcut. Maybe that's the hunting lodge. Fuck off, wolf. Can't ask for you. Oh, I was wrong. The sun does set that way, making that the west, making that the east, making that north, making that south. Okay, I stand corrected. So I did indeed head south. You stink. You're full of fleas. Ate your brother, I'm pretty sure, just last week. I'm not healthy. I'm not healthy at all. You don't want to be eating me. I'll give you worms. Yeah, you just want to shove off, pal. I'll pick that back up again. Weather crows, hooray, just what I needed. Of course there's wolves in the direction I'm headed. Or not, back I came. Huh. If I can't find what the hunting lodge is, I'm gonna have to save and quit and find it next episode, but I'm pretty certain it's this cabin. Pretty sure it used to be called like the Hunter's Cabin or something like that. There's gonna be wolves up here, I know it. Surprisingly, I don't see any. I think it's safe to keep moving. Well, the question is this cabin down here the hunting cabin? Hunting lodge. Outskirts. This is the outskirts of the Mystery Lake province. That's for certain. There's the hunter's blind down here. It would certainly make sense for this to be the hunter's lodge. But crazier things have been done and said, so I cannot guarantee. I don't see Mr. Bear down there. Mr. Bear this way. Haven't seen Mr. Bear at all, to be fair. Now, is this the Hunter's Lodge? If it ain't, I'm gonna be upset. Come on, please be the Hunter's Lodge. Be what I am looking for. Check the outhouse in the rear. Nothing out there. Sports Fest. This place is wrecked.
Wonder if this is any good to eat.
I don't think this is the Hunter's Lodge. Ooh, peanut butter. Good stuff. Well, I think we're gonna call it an episode here. Invite you guys back next time.